Hi, I'm Tom Tincher of the Lake Bluff Village Board, and today the Economic Development Committee has you over here to meet your neighbor, the Helanders. Now, we're not going to go in right now. We're going to go out to Herky Court. We're going over to Sheridan and Lake Bluff. Then we're going to come back here because we want to meet MaryLee, we want to meet Chuck, and we want to see what it is that they've created here at Helanders Stationers. So let's go over to Herky Court right now. That means
I'm welcome.
Dennis, hi, how are you? Fine, thanks. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Let me mix around a little bit here at the hotline and give us a chance to meet Dennis and talk to him for a while and probably answer a lot of the questions you probably already have about just what goes on out here in the far reaches of the Helander Empire. So let's turn the camera over to Chuck. And Chuck, the first thing we want to know is what is this place out here, and what are you and Dennis doing out here on a bright Saturday? I don't see any fishing poles.
No, we put those away. Actually, this is our answer to a need for stockroom and office space. And when this building was built 6 years ago, we bought this unit and moved our offices and stockrooms basically from Lake Forest out to this nice location in Lake Bluff.
Well, that answers the pegboard here with all the racks on it and the stuff that I see in the back, but you've got Dennis over here. And I don't know if our viewers can see him, and maybe we could walk over, and the three of us could, maybe Dennis and Chuck will tell us then, what are they doing out here?
Tom, Dennis is like all of us, a jack of all trades. He's our warehouse foreman. He does a lot of ordering for us, a lot of buying for us. But most recently, he's gotten into the computerized calligraphy end of our business. And this is something we've just been developing over the past 6 months or so.
Does that tie in with the greeting cards that you sell and the invitations and the wedding announcements? And
what you saw at the store, we have that the one that the customers can use.
Yeah.
The one down in the basement, though, is where the girls take the orders, which they then either fax or bring out to us.
Okay.
And we create the cards out.
Well, do customers come here?
They do not, no. This is strictly a commercial location. It's a warehouse and office complex.
Do you have a marketing operation that supports this?
Yes, we do. The hotline actually is our commercial sales division. And that was started when we bought this location. We had to find some way to be able to justify the expense of our truck running back and forth to Lake Forest 5 or 6 times a day. So we thought, well, why don't we do a better job of serving our commercial accounts than we had up to that point. So we developed a special thing called the hotline. Basically, customers call us and we deliver to them same day their office supply needs.
Okay, I ran a proof to check for the layout, to make sure that the spacing is correct on the card. And then once we get the okay from the customer on the proof, then I go ahead and print the job.
Now, that's a pre-printed stock that they've chosen from the inventory down in Market Square.
That's correct.
And they ordered the typeface down there and probably gave some idea of the layout, or do you use fairly standard layouts and then get their approval?
They give us a rough idea of what they want. Some customers are, know exactly what they want. Others, just kind of, give us a ballpark, and then we try and fit it in to match the layout of the card.
Anything else out here we ought to take a good close look at?
Yeah, there is. Actually, there's a department that was passed from my father on to me, is one of engraving and gold stamping. It's a service that we've offered our customers for the past 40, 45 years. And it is truly something that I learned from my dad, and that I'm sort of keeping the tradition going. The difference is that, again, as with calligraphy, which is now computerized, the engraving is now computerized. My dad could not do one piece on this new machine, and so it's something where I've sort of taken a tradition and carried it on to the next step.
I've occasionally seen examples of your work, and I'd like to see your workshop.
Sure,
maybe we can get out there.
Let's go back.
Well, I see some Kingsley, good old Ben, the dog ring from Minnesota, I suppose, and the ring for assistance. I've seen those rings. What am I looking at?
This, we'll start with the engraving end. This is called a New Hermes engravograph. The machine's been around for about 60 years. And basically what it is a pantograph where a brass stylus is placed here, and then by means of tracing the brass stylus and pressing down on this diamond cutter, I can transfer this image onto the piece that's being engraved.
You make this replace that.
The computer has all of its, instead of brass styluses for its letters, it has a computer memory of all the fonts that are built into it. We can also do multiple lines at one time, where I can't do that on this. I have to set one line up. Much faster also. I can just type in the information rather than having to set. this allows me to see on the screen before I actually start engraving what it's going to look like. So if there's a spelling error or the spacing doesn't look right, I can correct that before the engraving's actually started.
What's that warning sign I hear? Signal?
That is a malfunction of the computer. There's a tone in here that's supposed to tell us that it's drawing is supposed to sound once. Instead, it stayed on.
How tie into the family history? Where did the company start, and how did you transform yourself into one of these high-tech multi-service operations?
The business actually started in 1922. My grandfather was a chauffeur in Lake Forest and was also a handyman, a tinkerer, if you will. And when radios were first introduced, the family he was working for bought a radio, but they had no one to install it for them. And at that time, radios, being the technological wonders of the time, were actually quite cumbersome. They had huge antennas that had to be put up in order to draw the stations from Milwaukee or Chicago. My grandfather did that and did a great job. And at consequent dinner parties at the house, guests would come in and listen to this radio, and it was the most exciting thing since a light bulb. So every family that saw that needed to have a radio. Started a business called Lake Forest Radio, and they opened up and they did exactly that. They installed the antennas, they installed the radios, they maintained the equipment, they repaired it, and then they started buying it and reselling it to customers.
Where was his...
So with that, he added on phonograph records and phonographs after that, and they actually got into appliances where they were selling ice boxes, and so things progressed that way.
Was he living there and working out of the front room or some such
exactly
thing as
right,
that?
exactly right.
Then he'd go on location to install the radio,
That's exactly right.
sell the parts, and eventually got into the record business. Then what happened?
Then the Depression hit,
Oh,
and he didn't have enough money to pay off what he owed Zenith Radio in Chicago. That was his biggest creditor. He had been an apprentice printer in Finland before he emigrated, just before the turn of the century, and had taken a used printing press in on a trade for radio. He had thought he'd do his own little sales forms and things like that. Facing the fact that he could not afford to pay Zenith, he went down to their offices and convinced them to let him do odd job printing for them in payment of what he owed them. And so he was able to work off his debt and build up the printing business. Suddenly he found, with the Depression on, that people weren't buying radios, but they were still interested in printing. So the business took a turn into printing at that point.
And he got in a line of cards and stationery?
Office supplies were the first. That was first Augment. And in 1942, we became a Hallmark dealer. That became something else. We had moved to a location which is now the north part of the Walgreen drugstore in town on Western Avenue. So we had some room to display things. Brought in the greeting cards, started bringing gifts, that type of thing, artist materials. And over the course of the years, we moved to Market Square in 1948. We've been able to expand the business to what it is today. Exactly
All
right.
the way up to what you were just showing us.
Exactly right.
Great. Now you say there's one more aspect to this, calligraphy.
Yes.
And that's MaryLee?
That's MaryLee. It's our highest form of computerized invitations, and we should go see her. She's at our house where we have that equipment.
I think we can arrange that. Kendrick will fly us there.
Great.
Wow, nicely lit, beautiful garden room here. This is the home of the Helander Calligraphy Corporation, and MaryLee is going to tell me a little bit about how this all came about and what she's doing here. This is MaryLee Helander. Let's talk to her.
Hi.
MaryLee, you all set here?
Yes.
Okay, what are you doing over here? Well, first, wait. What's this? Are these the samples?
These are samples of what we can do. We sell a lot of invitations at the store, and there's two ends. There's the fill in the blank end that are all packaged and ready to go, and then there's the custom, but usually people ordering the custom invitations are sending out 50 invitations. So this kind of fits into the area between 10 invitations and 30 invitations for the small party that you want to do something special with. Calligraphy pen, it's an actual calligraphy pen point, a metal nib
Oh, yeah.
that you put a cartridge in. It has 51 colors. And you put it onto this machine, which is controlled by that computer.
Oh, you guys are all
And
computerized,
we're
even
very
down to the handwork. Huh?
computerized.
It's
Even
like Mom's
someone-
homemade pies.
Easy to do. It's all set up right now to calligraph an invitation for you. So if I just push this button, it should work.
Oh, there it goes.
There it
Oh,
goes.
yeah. There your pen potter's now working. And it's going to say 20 custom invitations. I can see
That's
the
right.
CUSTOM coming up.
We're doing a
Now, a real calligrapher would say, "Oh, that's done by machine," but
That's right.
you and I, probably looking at it, would say, "Oh, somebody did a nice job for you."
That's right, because you can actually see the ink flow toward the bottom.
Mhm.
So when you get one of these invitations, it looks quite hand done.
It does.
And someone who works with it all the time would know right away that it's too precise to be hand done.
Mm-hmm.
But it is something that I think gives a real nice look and sort of a special look for that small party.
What's your?
And then between my sophomore year and junior year at college, I worked at Helanders.
You were a counter person, or?
I started out right behind the counter, that's
Mhm.
right.
Mhm.
And people have accused me of marrying Chuck for the discount, or because I liked his dad so much.
And both are true.
Both are true, and I do love the business.
And there
That's
we
the
are.
finished product.
And
It's a
all-
lot quieter when it's
Oh, yes, it is. All color coded, color coordinated,
Yeah.
And ready for. Oh, this is an ad. Oh,
Actually, this
okay.
is a donation.
Yeah.
When we get a number of requests for charitable groups that ask for donations,
Oh, I see
and
what you
lately I've been giving them, these
Yeah.
are sort of gift certificates so that they can raffle it off at their silent auctions and stuff.
Well, now we've taken a look at the two background institutions that keep Helanders going. Let's go down to the main office and take a look at what the public sees all the time. MaryLee has a personalized, customized invitation and announcement program here that you can come in and do yourself, as I recall. Chuck, isn't that what
Right.
you're doing over there?
Customers, it's set up so the customers can do their own. Sometimes it is a little tricky to understand, though, so we're always here to help out, and that's what MaryLee's doing right now.
Well, she had to rush ahead and take care of that
That's
first.
right.
She's going to catch us up downstairs. Let's go down there now.
Great.
Okay, here we are. We're in the nerve center of Helanders now, where all the decisions are made, and where the customers and the trained staff of experts get together to make the final buying decisions. And MaryLee has graciously considered to show us some of the stuff. And if she leaves anything out, Chuck, I'm sure we'll
Throw in a word.
toss in a word here.
That niche, that we're getting very specialized in our service.
But
for the
here's
customer.
a famous Lake Bluff couple that's made their name in Lake Forest history over 2 generations. Is there a 3rd generation coming into the business, or is
Actually, it would be the 4th, Tom. My grandfather started, so
4th generation?
yeah.
Count.
I think in another 20 years, running your own independent business will be even more difficult than it is now. So I think they'd have to love it to go into it. So
It's
we're not pushing them into it unless they want to.
It's a labor of love.
It is. It is.
Actually, Tom, we invite you to come back in 5 years and see what direction we've taken, because we're not sure yet. I want to give you
We're going with the flow.
business cards that we had done for you on that laser printer, the one that the lady was using upstairs
Okay.
for the Meet Your Business Neighbor show.
I'm going to show this, and maybe later on we can come in a little closer on it and take a look at it. It says, Meet Your Business Neighbor Community Television. Tom Tincher, moderator and village trustee, LFTV Cable Channel 19, Lake Bluff, Lake Forest. Very
Thank
good.
you for coming, Tom.
Well, thank you.
Thanks, Tom.
That pretty well concludes the Helanders portion of our Meet Your Business Neighbor. I want to thank you all for coming, and I want to thank Chuck and MaryLee very much for letting us into their home and taking us out to Herky Drive and seeing Herky Lake and the Herky geese, and coming into their store on a busy, crowded Saturday. They've made room for us and made us feel good. They're very hospitable people. Come on over if you have any kind of a stationery problem or let's see, as I look around, I'd say greeting cards, I'd say picture frames, and lay out your plans with them and let them meet your needs. And keep watching Meet Your Business Neighbor. Thanks.